I want to look at transforming some points here and determining what an equation of those points might be like. Look, I'm going to give you a point here, 4, 1. And I'm going to tell you that we're going to transform this to this based on, that graph. Okay, so you know it's going to be a log 4 graph. My question is, how are you going to go from this point to this point? Now, there's a couple different ways you can look at this. It's really quite interesting. You can look at this as a horizontal translation, right? Think about it. You're going from 4, 1 down to 1, 1, right? So look at the y's. Nothing's happening in the y's here, but if you think about it, look what's happening in the x. The x is going down by 3. So in fact, there's your h value and there's your transformation right there. Boom, it's done. That's simple. So you're going to go y equals to log base 4 of the transformation of x minus a minus 3, which is x plus 3. Remember that minus a minus thing in there. Okay, that's one possibility. But I also want to look at another possibility here, which is quite cool. Let's go back to that 4, 1. Let's go back to this 1, 1 here. What's another possibility? Because this doesn't say specifically this point, and I got to have all of the points lining up on one graph. Check this out, because if you think about that, then you can look at this and say, well, wait a second. Isn't that a horizontal stretch of a quarter? Well, in fact, it is. Because if you multiply this guy by a quarter, you end up getting that. So guess what? If you multiply it by that, that must be my b value, but I know my b value is flipped. My b value has to be, of course, 4. So what does this look like? You can actually write this as y equals to log base 4, right, of 4x. That'll give you exactly the same point. But here, I want to show you something that's really, really cool. What if I end up graphing all of this? I want to put it on my graphing calculator. I want to see if this actually works. So I spared you the pain of watching me type these things in, and I just typed them in for you. And what I've got here is I've got in blue the log 4 x plus 3, and then I got the other one in red, log 4 4x. I want to show you something that's really cool about this, though. Think about this. Are they going to be the same graph? No, they're not. Look, graph me. Look, I get two completely different graphs. But the one thing I want to show you on that graph is, look at this. There's that point that I just determined. Remember that point? That point was supposed to be 1, 1. Sure, it may be two completely different graphs, but the common point was that point that you found, which was 1, 1. Two different ways to get there. Isn't that interesting? All right, so let's use the same idea for this question here. Same. Now look, check this out. There's a base equation. I got a point, 8, 3 on this graph, and I'm transforming it to -2, 1. So I'm taking 8, 3, and I'm going to -2, 1. Think of different ways of getting there. I could do a horizontal transformation from 8 to -2. Oh my goodness, think about that. I'm going from 8 to -2. I'm definitely getting down here, man. I'm getting down. This is going to be left, obviously. This is going to be left 10. Well, let's keep on going with the translations here. How do I go from 3 to 1? Well, obviously, if I'm going 3 to 1, I'm going down 2. So I could just put that in there right now. Look, check this out. Y becomes equal to, all right, log base 2. Horizontally, I'm going left 10, so this makes this x plus 10, right? I'm going down 2 minus 2. There's my graph. There's my equation. Well, that's pretty easy to do, but can I do exactly the same thing based on maybe a stretch? Well, actually, I think it would be working pretty nice if you could do this as a stretch. That'd be pretty cool. We're going from this down to -2, 1. Okay, how do you get from 8 to -2? Well, obviously, this is multiplied by -1/4. So there is our supposed horizontal stretch, right? Remember, your b value then becomes flipped. That's -4. Okay, now let's look at the other one. From 3 down to 1. Oh, okay, that's got to be multiplied by a third then. There's your vertical stretch. So your A factor then is a third. Your B value is -4. Pop it back into the equation, and you actually get that. There's the 1/3 log base 2 of -4x. Isn't that remarkable how easy that is? It's really, really simple to be able to generate all kinds of different formulas just based on general information like that.